Let's bring in a panel now to talk more about this and what it might mean moving forward. Niger Innis, the executive director of the TeaParty.net, and Rick Ungar, co-host of Steele and Ungar on Sirius XM POTUS Channel 124. Gentlemen, great to have you both with us.
Good morning.
Of course, we have Rick in our New York studio, and Niger's with us on the phone here. Rick, let's start with you and Jonathan Gruber there, doing some backtracking now. First coming out and saying the American people were too stupid to understand Obamacare, and that's why it had to be sold to them in kind of this veiled way. And now he's saying it's the GOP who wants to confuse voters. Which one is it?
Well, let's begin by saying it certainly wasn't Jonathan Gruber's finest moment. His first statement was terrible. It was outrageous. I certainly don't subscribe to that point of view, and I would hate to see Democrats everywhere being tarred with it. I don't think that there was this intention to do things in a way to keep it secret. I do think that there were some situations where, actually, to cite Gruber pointed out in that meeting that they could have done it the way it was done in Massachusetts, where people just got money to use, to put towards their health insurance. They didn't want to do that because it was politically unpopular when at the federal level. So instead, they ran it through the tax code, which is a way to kind of obscure the fact that you are giving away money. So I kind of saw what he was saying there. He said it badly. As to the second point, well, of course, Republicans have confused things in many ways to do what they were trying to do to Obamacare. I don't favor what Gruber said, and I don't favor what's been done in the campaign against it.
And Niger, what do you think is more damning, the fact that this video surfaced talking about the American people being stupid, or now that Gruber's come out and backtracked so quickly from what he was trying to say and has done really a bad job of explaining his position?
I say give Jonathan Gruber the microphone and let him keep talking, because he keeps digging a bigger and bigger hole for himself. And the fact is, all he does is represent and manifest the unbelievable deceptive lies about Obamacare. If you want your doctor, you want to keep your doctor, you can keep your doctor. I mean, the fact that they argued before the Supreme Court that it wasn't a tax, and the hustle that got it passed in the Supreme Court is that it was indeed a tax. It is just another manifestation of lie upon lie and deception upon deception that was sold to the American people in the dead of night that Obamacare is. And we haven't even caught the worst part of it. I mean, what is the biggest crisis within our country? It has been since Obama walked into the White House. It's the economy. It's a question of jobs. And the Obamacare tax that is about to rain upon small and medium-sized businesses is about to come to fruition and reveal itself to be the job killer that it is.
All right, let's listen to something else that Gruber had to say, because he tried to backtrack, of course, claimed it was just a slip of the tongue. But then this clip was uncovered. I'll get your reaction on the other side.
We said, well, that's pretty much the same thing, but why does it matter? I said, you'll see. And they were both in that passed. Because the American voter is too stupid to understand the difference.
So there you have it. Everybody's seen that now for themselves. This is the second clip coming out from Gruber. Now, this has to represent, Rick, an opinion that was there by the architects of this law in the first place.
Actually, John, I need you to translate. I couldn't make out what was said in the clip.
It was, again, this passed because Americans are too stupid to understand the difference. This is what Gruber is saying. Yeah. And not just one time, but a couple of times here. This has to have been something that was talked about inside the administration, the architects of this law.
Niger has that part right, I gotta say. I don't blame him when he says, give Gruber a microphone and let him keep talking. It's not going well. I would prefer that we take the microphone away from him so he'll stop talking. That'll be better for us, better for himself. It's just a terrible track to go down. I don't know. Gruber's a really smart guy. He really is. I think we overstate it, to be honest with you, when we say he's a key architect. He wasn't. He was an important consultant, but it's not like he was sitting in the Oval Office very often crafting the future of healthcare. But it's a dumb statement. It's out there. He did it. What can I say?
Well, Niger, since Rick did most of your work for you on this portion of the panel, we'll ask you guys to stick around. We'll talk about some other issues, including what's going on or what we're waiting to hear come down in Ferguson,
Niger.
Missouri.
I love the assist. Thank you, Rick.
All right. Well, Niger and Rick Ungar, a little cooperation, some bipartisanship coming back for you on the other side of this commercial break. America's Forum rolls on after this.